I want to thank you for making it here, both this morning, because having you guys walk across the street makes me nervous. I also want to thank you for your work over the 3 years. I want to thank your parents and family members, whether they're watching on the live stream or if they're here with us in the audience. I want to thank you for all your support. I want to thank our teachers and staff, those who are here today, and those who have taught you in the years leading up to this moment. I also want to thank Hamburg High School and their administration and their staff for allowing us to be here today. This is, in my memory, in my experience in Hamburg, the first time we've been able to say to all parents and guardians, come on out and watch our moving up ceremony. You may have been able to read those many, many school messengers that sometimes actually include a message, some that don't. But you may have actually been able to see that I tried to make it as clear as possible that this isn't a graduation. Their graduation is going to come in 4 years. This is moving up day. You'll see some of our students cross the stage. Not all. Worry not if you're not one of those crossing the stage. Your humble principal was not one who crossed the stage in 8th grade. There are plenty of others that I was cheering for as they got awards. And that's just part of it. We want to acknowledge the greatness of everyone. We want every student to have a great day with it as well. Following this small ceremony, we will have the students head back to the middle school. You'll grab your things, the buses will be hopefully waiting, and you'll head to Woodlawn Beach for that event that your teachers and staff have prepared for you. You'll have a great time with that. You, of course, know the boundaries because you're 8th grade. You're going to listen. It's going to be okay. You're going to come home from that, and you're going to take the regular, however you usually get home. And then tonight we have our dance that's sponsored by the PTSA from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. I'm going to give you a pre-thank you for behaving at that dance. We are going to behave at that dance. We're going to behave in the time that we go home until the time we get to the dance, and then we're going to extend that good behavior into the dance as well, and afterwards, no matter who's hosting whatever tonight, all right? Because we don't need any problems over the weekend. Your parents don't need to be dealing with any problems from this either. This will be a great night. We'll be there, and it'll be a good time together. I want to say a few things, obviously, beyond this, and then we will get to the awards. Every other time I've given a speech to a graduating group, whether in high school or in 8th grade, I've used one quote. The quote's called Dare Greatly. I'm going to share it with you now, but then I'm going to move on to something else. This quote from Dare Greatly is from a former president, Teddy Roosevelt. He was president in the early 20th century. And during a campaign stop, when he was running for election later, he used this quote and he said this: dare greatly. It is not the critic who counts. It is not the person who points out where the strong person stumbled or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit instead goes to the person who is actually in the arena, who at worst fails, but at least fails while daring greatly. So his or her place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. The essence of this ceremony and this moving on to a new chapter in your lives is that you try things. And you know, being 8th graders, being soon to be out of a middle school, that there are people who will make fun of you for trying things. There are people around you in your life who will cut you down because you are trying for something, that you care about something. Your job is to dare greatly. Your job is to realize that those critiques, those criticisms, come from a place of weakness, and that doesn't define you. It's really tough to get to that point. We don't expect that everybody in 8th grade is at that point already, but it's something you need to grow into to have a happy and successful life. And success isn't measured necessarily by money, property, or anything like that. Success is how you're living your life, how you're interacting with others, how you and your loved ones get along. So remember that piece of it. But I did want to make my speech to turn into a little bit of a different direction right now. When you guys came to us in 6th grade, you were only at that point a year and a half away from when you were in 4th grade, when you got sent home from school in March of 2020. You didn't go to school again for the rest of that school year. 5th grade was really strange. All right? We had that every other day, or we had that every other day, that cohort model of things. You didn't have that in-person learning. You weren't in full classes. There was masking going on. Even when you came to us in 6th grade, and I'm going to practice my usual student management technique of just looking into our students' eyes when they're not paying attention. I will not call anybody out by name, but please pay attention. We have when you came into 6th grade, we couldn't even have full orientations for you, full move-in days for you. It wasn't until spring of that year that we were able to we were allowed to not wear masks anymore. You've seen a lot in those 4th through 6th grade years, and over that time, you've had to relearn a lot. You've had to relearn how to walk in hallways with a large group of people. You've had to learn how to eat in a cafeteria with large groups of people. And I need to keep reminding myself that relearning is something that's real. We all sort of need to do that. And even though I don't always love what I see in the hallways of the cafeteria, I need to remind myself that you're learning. And you're going to get better at this sort of stuff. You probably experienced some sort of loss during those times too, whether it was family members or loss of opportunities. Yet you're here. You've shown persistence. You've persevered. You've looked after others. And that's the mark of what I'll call a great generation. Believe it or not, I think you as a group of people have tremendous things in store for you. You are a special group of people. You have made it through something that no other generation had to make it through, but there are comparisons. 90 years ago, in the 1930s, our country was suffering, and our world was suffering from something called the Great Depression. Those kids who were growing up then, in the 1930s, suffered from poverty. They suffered from lack of employment for their parents. They suffered from health concerns. They suffered from having to move to be able to get opportunities because their parents were desperate. That generation likely looked at things with a future, and perhaps they weren't that optimistic about it. Yet that same group grew up to help us win the largest war of the 20th century, World War II. Yesterday in the announcements, I talked about D-Day, the fact that yesterday was the 80th anniversary of it. That generation who grew up through challenge in the 1930s would later win us the war and rid Europe from Nazi Germany and win for the Allied cause, World War II. They went on to help our country become extremely strong in the 1950s and 1960s. Yet they were the ones who grew up in that time of trouble of the 1930s. You grew up in a time of trouble. You grew up and are growing up in a time where the country is divided. But just like that group of people all those decades ago, you're going to be able to have your own victories. Your own victories might not involve the military. They might. But that might not be your path. Your victories might be about fighting for treatment for all. It might be fighting against discrimination. It might be looking after each other. It might be looking after the planet. It might be doing things that help others. You have the chance to become your own greatest generation because you've seen what it's like to grow up in a time which was challenging. And you're well on your way to overcoming that through the support of the people in this room, certainly, but also through your own commitment too. I don't want you to forget that. I don't want you to lose any sort of optimism and hope about what your future can be. You are the class of 2024 of Hamburg Middle School. Many of you will be the class of 2028 at Hamburg High School. Some of you are going on in different places. We applaud all of you. We wish you all the best. You as a group are powerful. Even though we don't show it every day, you have a commitment. You've shown at various times in your middle school career a caring about others. That's your strength. That's your heroism. Being able to overcome obstacles is something you've learned early in life, and you'll be able to look back on that time and be able to know that you can make it. It might look like that when you're in an ensemble performing before a crowd. It might be with athletics. It might be with a club. It might be your academic pursuits. Whatever it is, we believe in you. And we believe in you not just because we want to and we have faith in things that are unseen. We've seen you overcome things. We've seen you struggle and seen you respond to those things. So the Hamburg Middle School class of 2024, my challenge to you is to make yourself the greatest generation. To be the folks that they're talking about at some graduation ceremony 80 years from now about how you overcame things and how you made the world better. And sitting here as an 8th grader, it might seem all very unreal that that might be your future, but we really believe it is, and you need to believe it too. So when this day is done, when this year is done, know this: I love you. Teachers and staff love you. I know you're so uncomfortable right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. Your parents, guardians, family members love you too. And no, we will not show that all the time, because sometimes you really bother us. All right? And you don't do the simple things we've asked you to. And you constantly squirt water bottles in the cafeteria. And it drives me to distraction. Harrison, stop raising your hand. You've done well. I am proud to know you. I am the most blessed person in the world to be able to work with you guys. Congratulations on your moving up day, Hamburg Middle School class of 2024. As they say, let us get on with the show. I know this is tough. I know. You're used to better transitions in classrooms. All right, I'm going to introduce to you the folks who are going to be either presenting or they're going to be giving awards. We've got the following folks that are going to be talking to you today. Hold your applause to the end. Ms. Meister, Mrs. Capozzi, Mrs. Caldwell, Ms. Sheehy, Mr. Krangle, High School Principal, Ms. Springborn, and Mr. Berdesiak. Let's give them a hand. We are now going to move on to our academic awards. Mr. Berdesiak, as promised, he does not want to talk. All right. Here's how this is going to go. I'm going to read the subject name. I'm going to read the names of the recipients. The recipients are going to come up these stairs, right here. You see them? These stairs, okay? You're going to come up. You're going to shake this gentleman's hand. Say hand to the wall. And then you're going to stand there with the floor, then you're going to go to the risers. That we're doing this after? They're going to come out, and then you just got to listen to this after. Okay? We're going to get a picture, okay? So that's how we're rolling. In the subject area of English Language Arts, congratulations, all you murmurers out there. Congratulations to the following students. Hold your applause till I read the 4 names. Tessa Reinagel, Sal Martocci, Ella Bertzelleri, and Ashley Hilty. Congratulations. Come on up. All right, this is where we transition now to another award, so paying attention to that right now. We are now moving on to mathematics. This is for Math 8 students. This murmuring is because they're all saying to each other, I love math. Sorry, math teachers, sorry. No. Our award recipients for Math 8, Lily Nowacka, Noah Lyford, Colin Hopkins, and Brooke Reese. Come on up. While they are getting their pictures taken, might I announce to you, while you're paying attention, the winner for the Algebra Award, Grace McDonald. Come on up. people watching the live stream are like, this is a poorly run show. We now move on to Science 8. In Science, 8th grade Science, this year's...
Good morning, Bulldogs. Please stand and join me in saying the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's a day 1 on your schedule. Are you interested in playing on the golf team next fall? If so, there will be an informational meeting in the high school band room 119 on Wednesday, June 12th at 2:30. Seniors, National Honor Society members, pick up your graduation cord and move to 48 after school on Thursday or Friday during 8th or 9th grade. Attention students who signed up to take AP Environmental Science or College Environmental Science. We will have a short meeting on Monday, June 10th after school in room 148. Names. Why is two's triangle always irritating? Because it's never right. Today is National Donut Day. For lunch today is Big Daddy Pizza. National Day today is Donut Day. And school lunch is Big Daddy Pizza. Happy Fabulous Friday!
What do you think? Think the announcements are done? I think they're done. All right, thank you. Consider that a TV timeout. Consider this perhaps my last presentation. Little note to ourselves, we're going to start the assembly a little later next year. All right, we're moving on to 8th grade Science. Come on up, this year's award recipients, Layla Skinner, Brielle Sickow, and Charlie Zubella. And while they're getting their awards for living environment, congratulations, Charlie Beach. All right, we now move on to social studies. That feeling everyone is having is one of empathy. You've been here. You know what it feels like to talk and then people talking. Social studies, this year's award recipients are Liam Sweeney, Colin Kurt, Tyler Thompson, Bridget Kane, come on up. Wonderful job, social studies. All right, we are now moving on to our award winners in world languages. We're going to do all three. For French, Julie Nab and Mallory Schnauzinger. For Spanish, Emery Miller and Tanner Severson. Latin, Jacob Kirschberger. Come on up. We are now moving on to our art awards. Ladies and gentlemen, our art awards are as follows. Nate Roberts, John Beckett, and in studio art, Layla Pope. Come on up. We now move on to a series of Family and Consumer Science Awards. For the General Family and Consumer Science, congratulations to, you might know him as JJ, I sometimes call him Joseph. Sajak is who we're looking for. And we also have Sydney Carlone, who also wins that award. Come on up. For career explorations, Emmeline DePerto, come on. For culinary skills, Ava Lee Filhones. And for advanced sewing, Gracie Johnson, come on up. Wonderful, thank you. We'll now do a series. We'll go to general music and then we'll go to physical education as a series. We're going to do this now. For general music, congratulations, Lilith Kuhn. For physical education, we're going to bring up Ping McAlpine, Adrian Maduro, Andrew Drake, and Layla Runfola. Come up for phys ed. And we now move on to our technology awards. Please come forward and congratulations. Lacey Rashla, Taylor Breilinger, Carla Jane Walker, and Agritech Athena Marecki. Come on up. I would like the following students to come to the stage. You'll just spread yourselves out on the stage. Mr. Beziak will let you know where to go. I need the following students to come forward. Notice I haven't told you what it is yet. Emily Collins, Lachlan Davis, Jack Galligan, Jacob Kirschberger, Julia Nab, Addison Kukelka, Grace McDonald, Henry Mills, Layla Pope, and Charlie Beach. Come on up. As I told the students, I can't shake their hands because I don't know what it's for, but I actually do. These students are going to receive gold medals because they have the highest 10 cumulative averages over the course of their middle school career. I read them off in alphabetical order. You cannot email me to try to find out what rank they are. It'll be one of those, I can't believe I forgot to respond to your email type moments for me. But yeah, we're just going to keep it at that. Top 10 alphabetical. Congratulations to our top 10 middle school.
Award. So well, the first one is the flag bearers and salute leaders are recognized for their leadership and citizenship throughout this academic year. These students have displayed an outstanding sense of duty to the school through their daily announcements and their flag detail. May I please have the following students come up: Lachlan Davis, Bridget Kane, Tessa Reinagel, Clayton Shunk, Vaughn Stringham, Tyler Thompson, and Charlie Beach. Congratulations. Our next award is the Leadership and Service Award. This is given to students who've shown good citizenship and strength of character throughout their services here at HMS. The recipients were nominated by the group of the 8th grade teachers. Can we please have the following 3 kids come up? Lachlan Davis, Georgia Gray, and Jacob Kirchberg. By participating in Spirit Day activities and their involvement in extracurricular activities. Can I please have the following 3 students: Lyra Creech, Vivian Snyder, and Vaughn Stringham.
we go. We are now moving on to our Scholastic Athlete Award. So this is for students who demonstrated excellence in both academics and athletics and have served as role models for our students in Hampton Middle School. Could I have the following students come forward to the stage, please? Claire Davidson, Trent Gibson, Mason Harrison, Cameron Kwiatek, Zachary McDonald, and Lillian Smarts. We now get to move on to the Good Samaritan Award. The Good Samaritan, ladies and gentlemen, is given to those students who exemplify extraordinary concern for others, especially those who are most in need, as well as selflessness and the desire to put others first. Could I have the following students come forward? Alexander Ilkuski, Josh Janisevsky, Elmer Kadik, Paige Norton, Brooke Reese, Tyler Thompson, and Donnie Hunter. We now will move on to our Rising Star Award, which recognizes students who have flourished in their interactions with peers and teachers and have made tremendous progress in their academic skills and class participation. The Rising Star Awards go to Ben McAlpine, James Schuldes, Natalie Verstrate, and Liliana Yohe. Come forward, please. We now move on to the Character Awards. Character Awards are given to those students who are admired for their integrity, their honesty, kindness, and compassion. They show these traits in the work that they do and in their relationships with others. Please come forward. Victoria Anderson, Eliana Dole, Connor Grippa, Ashley Hildy, Henry Mills, Nate Roberts, and Meadow Rogers. We have a very special thing in our school called the Bulldog Cafe. I now get to introduce Mrs. Sheehy and Mrs. Caldwell, who are going to introduce our Bulldog Cafe Service Award winners. Please come forward, Ms. Caldwell, Ms. Sheehy. Thank you.
The Bulldog Cafe is a school-based enterprise that requires planning and knowledge in the areas of food service, data collection, and interpersonal skills. There are 5 students that we are recognizing today for their dedication, hard work, and leadership in the cafe. Congratulations, Yinping McAlpine, Gabriel O'Brien, Gabrielle Rosie, Maisie Umfreyville, and Natalie Verstrate.
All right, we are now moving on to awards. We're just going to have these students stand as they've already received their awards at a recent concert. These are our music performance awards. The following students received awards, and I'm going to read the title and name the person. They can stand up, and then when we get done with all the names, we can give them a round of applause. Stay with me here, folks. Especially those who just received a character award, who wouldn't want to be talking right now. Perfect, perfect. Outstanding Brass Player Award, Colin Wall. Outstanding Woodwind Player Award, Lachlan Davis. Outstanding Percussionist, Brody Koyak. Charlie Parker Jazz Award, Charlie Beach. Orchestra Award, Eva Jinkola and Addison Kukelka. Select Strings Award, Mirit Preach, Emily Falones. Chorus Awards, Josh Parker, Vivian Snyder. Honors Chorus Awards, Mirit Preach, Eliana Dole, and Andrew Nyman. Musical Awards, Kendi Calvert, Lachlan Davis, and Tessa Reinagel. Congratulations to all of you. We now move on to a really important part of our program. This is the last section. We have a few more awards to go. These are in honor and in memory of some students who passed through our halls before. So we need especially now to make sure that we're listening to the descriptions, and then we can certainly applaud for our award winners. All right. So for the first award in this line, I'd like to call up Ms. Springborn to deliver the introduction.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is with great pleasure that I am announcing this year's recipient of the James Luke Bureau Award. For those who do not know, the James Luke Bureau Award is in memory of Luke Bureau, who was a Hamburg Middle School student. In 2008, after graduating from St. Francis High School, Luke was in a tragic accident that took his life way too early. The award is given in memory of Luke and is presented each year to a deserving Hamburg Middle School student who exemplifies the same positive attributes that Luke exhibited. Luke was a remarkable young man. He had such a zest for life. He loved playing sports. He was a great hockey player. He enjoyed all the things life had to offer, especially his family and friends. Luke had a great sense of humor. He loved to make people laugh. He was helpful, he was kind, he was considerate to everyone he knew, and even to those that he didn't. This year's award recipient shares so many of those same characteristics. We are so honored to present this year's award to Liam Fulmer.
Thank you, Ms. Springborn, and congratulations to Liam. I now get to introduce to you Mrs. Capozzi, who will introduce the Johanna Jacobi Memorial Award.
Johanna Jacoby was a student at Hamburg Middle School and High School. It's too high for once. Oh my gosh. Johanna Jacoby was a student at Hamburg Middle School and High School who passed away in 2006. When Johanna was born, her mom called her my angel because she was such a good baby. Growing up, Johanna was very shy and quiet, but once she started school, she became a social butterfly. She loved to hang out with her friends and do new things. You were very fortunate to have her as a friend because she was a true friend. Johanna was very compassionate towards others. She never wanted anyone to feel bad or hurt anyone's feelings. Her strength and courage are what her mom admired most. Johanna's battle with cancer was devastating to her family. She had gone through so much and never once complained or asked why me. It was important for Johanna to not be looked at differently because she was ill. She just wanted to be a normal teenage girl who had that quirky sense of humor we all loved. Her uncle and mom would say that she was wise beyond her years. She taught all of us how to love and be compassionate towards others. Johanna truly is her mom's angel, and her mom feels so blessed to have had Johanna as her beautiful daughter. This award goes to the student who exhibits the same character traits that Johanna exhibited: loving, compassionate, true, living life to the fullest, funny, and strong. This year's Johanna Jacoby Memorial Award goes to Isabel Scora.
And Mrs. Capozzi will stay up here to introduce the Bobby Becker Award.
Bobby Becker was the 2005 Hamburg High School graduate. He graduated from Canisius College with a business degree and was a manager for a logistics company. His true love was playing golf. He played on the Hamburg varsity golf team and caddied for several years at Orchard Park Country Club. Bobby also loved hockey. He played hockey and roller hockey with his friends and was a hockey referee. He was a season ticket holder for both the Buffalo Bills and the Sabres and was an usher at Sabres games. Bobby loved sports. He worked out several times each week and always kept in great shape. He had many friends and had a great sense of humor and a laugh that would make you laugh. Bobby was kind, generous, and very thoughtful. He did kind things but didn't need recognition for it. Bobby was someone you would be proud to call your son. This award goes to the student who exhibits the same character traits that Bobby exhibited: kind, thoughtful, generous, athletic, and funny. This year's Bobby Becker Memorial Award goes to Don Costanzo.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Capozzi. And congratulations, Dominic, and Isabel for earning those awards as well. Our last award for the evening is the Connor Long Memorial Award. Often we've been able to have Connor's parents introduce that award. They couldn't make it today. They extend their best wishes to all the class of 2024 at Hamburg Middle School. It's my pleasure to announce somebody who knew Connor well and worked at the middle school and high school, and that is Hamburg High School Principal John Krankel.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Adams and Ms. Meister. I'd like to just take a quick moment and congratulate the middle school class of 2024, an official welcome, because you are the class of 2028. In just a few short months, you'll be back here. We're excited to have you. We look forward to working with all of you here. It is my sincere, true pleasure, and it's really a privilege for me to stand and present the Connor Long Memorial. Connor was a 2017 graduate of Hamburg High School. He was looking forward to attending St. Bonaventure University when his life was tragically cut short in a hiking accident at 20 years old. While at Hamburg High School, Connor served as our president of student government. He He was an active member in our Health Science Academy. He loved being a member of our track team. He knew he wanted to devote his life to creating a legacy that would impact the world. His family, who we still often see, and his family, who is still very involved in our school community, always said that helping others was at the core of Connor. His contagious smile was naturally kind and compassionate, and others respected him because he tried his best always to be good to others. Upon his death, the hashtag Be Like Connor echoed through the Hamburg school community. You often still see it, especially during our homecoming week. This award that the middle school is awarding goes to a student who exhibits the same character traits that Connor exhibited: kindness, compassion, being full of life, and caring for others. Please help me congratulate this year's recipient, Addison Kukaka.
Thank you so much, Mr. Krangle. And again, thank you to the high school for allowing us to have this ceremony here today. That is the conclusion of our awards. We're wrapping up very, very soon. I just want to share my thanks to you, Hamburg Middle School Class of 2024, for being here, for being who you've been for the last 3 years. I want to thank your friends and family and parents who are out here, and those who are watching at home. You've shared your most important treasures with us, and it's been our honor, and we've been blessed to be able to work alongside them.